Hey, what's up, fellow anglers? It's Aaron Lesieur here, back out on the Delta, and it's Freebie Friday. That's right. Got another episode for you. I'm out here for 3 days, so make sure you keep your eye on the Instagram, the Facebook, the Vimeo, the YouTube. I'm gonna let you know when other videos come out. Hopefully I'll be able to get a ton of stuff out here in the next 3 days. The weather's gotten a little cooler. It's not as hot. The water temps have gone down, so I'm hoping the fall bite's gonna start triggering here pretty quick, and these fish are gonna start chasing, feeding up for the fall, and hopefully get a lot of good fish catches on film for you. Like always, we got waypoints. We're gonna get screenshots, overhead shots. You're gonna be able to come out here, know the fish are here. It's gonna cut down on your time out on the water if you don't have a lot of time, if you're out here on weekends. And you don't have to do the exact technique that I'm doing. You can fish to your strengths. You're just gonna know that these fish are out here when we get them on film. I don't know if they're gonna be big. They could be big, they could be small, but you know, fishing's fishing and catching them's fun. If I put some fish in the boat over the next few days and I don't catch a giant, that's all right. It's still a good time out here on the water, like always. So let's go fishing. Let's see what we can do today. All right, stay tuned. Whoa. Oh man, that could be a big, I don't know, man, that could be a big one. It made my rod just stop. It's coming right at me. Stay down. Oh no, it's a little one. What the heck? Smacked slack in my line. That was cool. Uh-oh. Okay. Woohoo! That's a nice one. I mean, it's, oh snap. Come here, buddy. Okay, not really. 1 pounder. I can't believe it knocked that much slack in my line on this crankbait. I'm just out here on the edge. There's a big flat right here. I'll show you with some overhead shots. Big flat. I'm back out here on the Delta and just trying to, it's been like what, 2 months probably. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, see if I can put some stuff together, get some waypoints for you guys to come out here and catch some bass. That's the first one. I'm fishing this flat right on the edge. It's like 3 or 4 feet over here, and on my left side, it's like 10 to 11 feet on this side. So I'm just fishing the outside edge, see if I can't get some bites. Up around this corner, there's some riprap on this side. And I'm just throwing this medium diving crankbait. It's like it goes about 8-10 feet. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's a little guy. But I'm getting bit. That's still fun. Number 2. Little baby guy. Oh my gosh, does this even count as a bass? It's green and it's in the boat. I'm counting it. Waka, waka, waka. Okay, I know they're here. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Again, not a big one. It's a little bigger than the last one. But it's still fun to catch these bad boys. Oh. Come on, we're looking for bigger ones. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Another 1 pounder on the crankbait, DC. This is the DC 300. I'm using kind of a deeper diving one. I'm trying to get it down and dig in those weeds. I'm out here kind of far off the bank. I'm about 30 yards off the bank. On the inside of this little oxbow, through the aqua view down there a little, about 600 yards, saw a bunch of bluegill down there. Another little one, but it's still fun to catch these guys. You just never know when you're gonna run into a big one out here. And I still got to fish the other side. It's a little bit deeper with some riprap, and there's some good hyacinth over there making some good mats. And there's some good cheese over here. So there's a lot of good stuff to fish over here. I'm gonna keep fishing around, see if I can't catch any bigger ones. Right now, basically what I'm doing, I'm just taking this crankbait, I'm staying in about 8 to 10 feet of water, and I'm just kind of fan casting on this outside edge before it drops off, because once it hits that drop off, there's no grass out there, it's all sand. So all this grass comes out and then it drops right off. And these fish are kind of sitting on this outside edge. I'm gonna go up here and also do some punching, because like I said, there's some mats, some sparse toolies up here. So I'm a round fish. Just gotta figure out how to get the bigger ones to bite. All right, so one little tip, be mindful of your treble hooks, because sometimes if you don't pay attention, you're gonna get one that gets bent out, or maybe it's not sharp or something like that. I'll show you this one here. I'm gonna take this one off. We got this these Texas tackle split ring tool. It's really awesome. So you can see that one got bent pretty good. Hopefully I can get that in frame for you. Gonna change it out. Make sure you got a box of trebles with all the different sizes you're gonna need. Round bend, EWGs, for whatever you're throwing. And so you got a backup when you're out here. Make sure you have a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different styles. Short shank is what I use on crankbaits. There it is. This is a number 4 Gamakatsu short shank. I like the shorter shank ones because then they tend not to get caught up on in each other, or they still will, but they have a lot of crankbaits have a tendency, let me get my rod over here, to hook up on each other. So if you're using a short shank hook, they're just that much shorter, and then they won't get hooked up on each other as much. Let's see if I can get this in frame here for you. A rod to okay. I mean, this is super simple. Most of you guys know how to do this, but this is that little Texas Tools split ring pliers. They got that little hook right there. These are probably one of the better ones I've found out there on the market. Really, really awesome. And they work for larger ones, smaller ones. You know what the other cool thing about this Gamakatsu? They got a tapered eye right there. So it makes it a little bit easier to get it on your split ring. So it tapers along with the split ring. You got your Texas tool, your pliers. Just work that bad boy around. One more little turn here. We're ready to go catch some more bass. Got a nice new sharp hook on there, not bent. Good stuff. There we go. Oh. All right, so I had to mix it up. I went, let me get this fish. Same size I've been catching over here, but I mixed it up. I went up shallow. I punched. I threw the frog. And it's like a ghost town up there. I'm getting nothing up there. All these fish are kind of out here deep in this 4 to 10 foot range. They're not big though, and so I decided to slow down and kind of pick apart the area to see if I could get a bigger bite. It produced the same size, but I got a bit again. That's just like fish number 4, 1 pounder. It's still fun though. Anytime you're catching them. It got really windy out here too. I'll try to get the drone up to show you, but I might have to come back in the morning and get the overhead drone shot. So basically, how I caught this one, I was just come back out here in the same zone, casting out my drop shot. I got a 1/4 ounce teardrop weight. It's about a 12-foot leader on here from the hook to my worm. Let's get this thing situated. It's just a margarita mutilator. This is the green. Man, I'm gonna have to look at the package to tell you exactly what it is. Can't remember. 7-inch though. It's one of the FX series. This is a Gamakatsu 2. It's the worm hook. Little offset worm hook so I can fish it weedless out here. And we'll go down this stretch a little bit more, see if I can catch another one, see if I can't get a bigger one up, and I'm gonna finally head over to the other side. Sun's starting to go down, I'm running out of light, but there's fish here. It's just the little ones are biting. So I'm gonna keep dragging this drop shot. I throw it out about 10 yards. I'm just dragging it through the weeds. Weedless, nice big 7-inch one. See if I can't get bit again. Oh, there we go. It doesn't feel very big though. Nope, little guy. Little dinker. Oh yeah, that's a dinky one. Hey. I had to come over to this other side. It's starting to get dark. I wanted to get over here and run the full bank real quick before I couldn't film anymore. So I could see if there's any big fish on this side. And so far, got ourselves a dink. But I still got a lot of bank to stretch or to fish coming up. Oh, there's a good one right there. I think I got some fish on this side. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, he's barely hooked. He's not huge, but we'll take it, we'll take it. Right there. I'll take it. Well, there you go. Just running down this bank. I'm gonna go all the way down this stretch before it gets dark. Another one on the, this is the Demiki DC 300. I got it on the Dobbins. It's a 705 CB. Right there, got another good one. There's gotta be bigger ones here. So there's a bunch of this hyacinth that's up on this bank. And I would have punched it, but I'm running out of time. So I've got a long stretch still here to go, and I'm catching fish pretty quick on this crankbait, so I'm gonna pass this up. But if I had a little more time, I would go through here real quick and punch it just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh my gosh, that was a freaking giant. I just had a 6-pounder come up right to the boat. I was snapping my rod trying to get out of the weeds. He mouthed it. Oh my gosh, that thing was big. Dang it. What I'm doing is, right now I'm going with the tide switched, and now the tide or the current's coming this way, so I'm pulling my bait with the current. And I'm making sure I'm hitting the weeds, so that's why I got a kind of a deeper diving one, because I want this thing getting down there and buried in the weeds. And I can't believe that big one. I saw that big one come up and just put its mouth on it. The thing was huge. And so I'm just, once I get in the weeds, I just kind of rip it out. I want to make sure I get down in those weeds every single time, because that's where those big ones live. Dang. That was awesome to see though. Really awesome to see that big one. Shoot. All right guys, I'm wrapping it up. It's getting dark and I gotta go. But you might be able to see that pipe in the background. I fished along this edge here almost all the way back to Tower Park. I didn't get a bite. So the best part of this stretch is from the dock over here, at least today, was from the dock over here and this pipe on both sides as they make their way to the opening again back over on don't even know what part of the river that is. It's Tower Park over there, so I don't know if this is part of the McCollum or not. But in this area, in this oxbow, pipes, dock, everything that way was good. I'll do a quick wrap up, show you that basically I just used 2 rods, crankbait and then the drop shot. I'll show you those real quick and we'll wrap it up. All right. Okay, so let's do a quick wrap up on what I caught those fish on out there on that spot over by Tower Park. First one, and the one I covered all the water with, and the one that really caught most of the fish, other than, I had that one on the drop shot, but I wanted to keep moving through there fast and try to figure out what those fish were doing. It's the DC 300, it's by Demiki. And this one goes about 8 to 12 feet, depending on line size on there and how high or low you have your rod. If you have your rod tip up higher, you can run the bait a little bit higher in the water column. I use this one. I really want to get this bait digging in the weeds and ripping it out, trying to get those reaction strikes. I probably could have went with the DC 200, but I was also fishing that outside edge of the weed line, and so I wanted this thing really getting down on that outside weed edge as well. So I did upgrade the hooks on this. You did see me change one out. I had one that was bent. These are, again, the Gamakatsu, the short shank. And I do have this on straight braid. The water's pretty stained out here. The visibility was about over there. It was actually pretty clear. It was probably around 2 to 3 feet. They can't see the line. It's moving so fast. And I threw it on this Dobbins. It's the 705 CB. I'll back up here a little bit. You've seen this rod before. Perfect for this DC 300, plenty of backbone, soft tip to make those accurate casts. It's the Champion Series, 705 CB. It's 20-pound Power Pro braid on a Revo. It's the Abu Garcia STX 6-4-1. That's the setup on that one. Let's go quickly over the drop shot. I'm gonna put the color of this Robo Worm here on the screen for you. I don't have the packaging with me. It's some sort of like perch color, or it's basically just a green FX 7-inch drop shot Robo Worm. And I got that teardrop 1/4 ounce weight. I like the 1/4 ounce weight because then I can make a lot of pitches quick and it gets down there fast. About a 12 to 16 inch drop from the hook. Again, it's that Gamakatsu offset #2 worm hook. And that's your color of your bait right there, 7-inch. This happens to be 15-pound fluoro leader on here to 20-pound Power Pro braid again. And this is the Dobbins, the 703C. And it's again on a Revo, the Abu Garcia Revo STX 6-4-1. And I was just I was pitching to that outside weed edge, the same place that those fish were coming up on the crankbait. I wanted to see if I could slow it down and get it in front of their face, and I did catch a fish doing that. And then it started to get dark, and so I had to get moving with the crankbait, but I could have probably picked that place apart a little bit slower and spent some more time out there, maybe throwing a Senko on those weed edges. That big 6-pounder came up and just barely snapped at my crankbait. I would have went back through there and thrown a Senko on that weed edge, maybe to get that one to bite or pick up another one. So those are the baits I used in that area. Hope you guys liked the video and got some information and one spot you can head out there and catch some fish out here on the Delta. Again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Make sure you follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You're always going to get updates on what's going on, new videos that are coming out. I'm Aaron Lesieur. Stay focused, fish hard, and I'll see you out on the water.